I definitely was not talked about this when I was growing up through my parents or anybody else until I figured it out, which is male and female biology towards our bodies are completely different. And how we mature and when we're ready to do certain things in life, like start families and stuff like that, we don't go through those things at the same age frame. Mm-hmm. And so I was kind of blown away that like my parents never touched on that. The adults around me when I was a kid never touched on that. Nobody said nothing about that.
Are your parents the same age?
My mom is like 2 or 3 years older than my dad.
Word. See, it's funny because my dad is like 9 years older than my mom, and
that would make sense.
And pretty much all of my friends' parents had the same or greater age difference, and so literally when I was like 3 or 4, I picked up on that.
Oh, okay.
And then I remember in elementary school at like some of my elementary school's teachers did like basically talk about that.
Yeah.
That mainly in talking about history, in that women a lot of times used to, or like girls used to like have kids at like 15 because the life expectancy was like 35.
It was like 30.
You know?
And we know that now that 35, you are now in the danger zone of having danger pregnancies.
Oh, well, yeah, it's like, I guess it starts becoming...
the percentage starts to become higher and higher by that age, that time frame. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but you're playing with fire.
I mean, I believe in like consciousness. I mean, I believe if someone was 50 and they really wanted to have a kid and they like were...
You said 50 or 15?
50.
No, that's fine. I believe they can. I'm going off of the medical research.
Yeah.
Not my opinion.
Yeah,
this is medical facts.
Yeah.
And just because it won't happen to you, it could happen to you at 37, it could happen to you at 33. Let's not get into the specifics here.
Well, I mean, if we're talking about like law of attraction, like using consciousness, I like generally anytime I go into something, it's like that's how I'll frame it, and it's the same thing.
I feel you, but we gotta generalize to keep it going because once again, if you're a healthy person, you could probably have a kid well into your 50s, but we both know the average person is not that healthy, and so you do fall in that category, and don't think you're special. Is what I've noticed. And so when women start talking about freezing their eggs and shit like that, I'm like, you've already lost it. You're already fucked, woman.
Yo, like, bro, like if you want to freeze your eggs, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Do what you want. Spend all that money. That thing costs like $15,000, $20,000 for you to do that, and you still don't have a guarantee. And so if that's the path you want to take,
if you're a millionaire,
take it. My point is, the moment you start to think your biology is not a factor, don't be surprised when like your hormones are going in a certain direction and your lifestyle is like, no, but I've been doing this, and you feel like you're being tugged from either direction. And that's because your body internally is like feeling like, okay, this is the next part of my life, but you're up to something else right now. And so this is why like you hear about when women have baby rabies.
What?
Baby rabies is a terminology.
I've never heard that.
So baby rabies is when females get towards their like mid 20s to early 30s. If they haven't already done so, they start to really crave like having a baby, which is why you often see
baby
a lot of
rabies, yo. That's like such an offensive term. I'm like, come on, yo. Like,
I didn't make it up.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of terms you didn't make up, but like
baby rabies. I've been told this
I will never use that term.
And you don't have to. I'm just telling you what it is. And so call it what you want. It's biology calling out. And so you could fight it all you want. My point is when parents don't teach you about these things and you find out about it like in your 20s, sometimes it might already be too late for you to go about it in that direction. Now, you can go about it however you want. But if you try to have kids at 50 and it doesn't work out, don't be surprised.
Yeah, I mean... It's probably not a good idea, but who? No, I mean, hey.
But I mean, one thing else. Let's talk about the age one, for example. I've been told by many older men now that that's the move. Like as a man, when you get to your 30s, 30 to 35, then you should start looking for like a nice woman to be with that's in her 20s, and those circumstances tend to work out really well. Do you think that is, for the most part, just what older men are wanting to teach younger men, or do you think that actually holds some truth?
Since
you physically saw that in your own family.
Well, I've seen that, and I'm actually dating someone who's in their 20s, and I'm 34. But it wasn't really like intentional, and nobody really advised me to do that.
So would you say that there's still like a subconscious part that played into it? Like you weren't actively looking for that angle, but it all played out. It's still playing out very well. And in the sense, you're like, that is a factor that I hadn't put into perspective.
I mean, I think it does like biologically make sense, yeah. But I've also like, if I were to date someone like my same age, like I don't think that would be any worse.
See, I won't date somebody my own age. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, because of that right there. So right now I'm 29, which means women at my age, they got baby rabies left and right. And so I don't want kids. Therefore, I'm not going to date anybody who is searching for that right now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I might want kids at some point. I'm not at this point. I'm like,
I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about like right now.
Oh yeah,
like,
I don't want kids anytime soon.
Right. So I'm not saying just because you're a female and you're in your late 20s, you have to want to have babies. I'm just saying when I've interacted with women in that age frame,
oh yeah,
it's spiked.
Oh yeah, it goes nuts, yo.
And
like puppies, like little babies coming. Yeah, she's like, my girlfriend's always like,
puppies.
My parents have gotten 2 puppies in the last year. I think they're and they're talking about like breeding the dogs. Like, yeah, it's gonna be like freaking nuts. And yeah, she's also was a nanny and literally taking care of babies. And so actually, we met at a preschool and like she was in the baby room. So
you're in the fucking kid environment.
So yeah, so like I've seen it firsthand. Like women like baby fever.
It's a good thing because like
baby fever.
You should have that maternal instinct. That's a good thing, okay? Call it what you want. Call it baby whatever. My point is, it's a good thing. All right, thanks for watching this clip from Appropriate Culture. If you want to watch the full episode, go ahead and check out us at appropriateculture.com. You can also check us out on social media platforms at Appropriate Culture. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.